One, and the Hangout is live. Hey, Internet friends, this is Magic Brad, Synergy Cafe Online, and we're going to do another interview with a friend of mine in Minneapolis again, where I used to live, and her name is Paula Quinlan. I call her Q. So, Q, are you there?
I am. Good morning, Magic Brad, from the very, very damp and moist and wet Minneapolis, Minnesota area.
Yes, you guys had some rain up there, I understand. It's been strange weather this whole year.
Yeah, we are on target. Probably this next weekend we get some more rain. I think we'll have the wettest June on record.
Yes, the Great Lakes will be greater.
Yes. We'll no longer be the state of 10,000 lakes. We'll probably have about 15,000 lakes.
Just have one. One big giant lake. James the license plate. It's the land of one lake. Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay, well, the way that I do this, I just ask the basics of who, what, where, when, how, and why, and then we get into just chatting about you and your mission, vision, and cause, and whatever it is you do. So, first off is Paula Quinlan. Who is Paula Quinlan?
Well, Paula Quinlan is an energy being, and I have this spiritual belief that we are created in the image of our higher power, and however we believe in our higher power. And so a lot of the ability for me to heal on my journey was as a result of me going within to really tap into that inner power, inner source, and to be able to achieve what I needed to achieve with my healing.
Wow, that's a deep who is Paula Quinlan. So that's
yeah.
It's not your name, is it?
No.
Okay.
That's my birth name.
Yes, it's deeper than that. I love that answer, because a lot of people will start saying, well, I grew up here, and I know that you grew up in the Dakotas, didn't you?
I did. I originally grew up in the southeast corner of North Dakota. I was raised on a dairy farm, and from a family of 10 children. And then there was, at one point in time, there was 9 children, 10 dogs, and 36 cats, plus all the beef cattle and the dairy cattle. And so... and at one point in time, there were some pigs in there too. So
the North Dakota, the south end of North Dakota, that's like that straight line that goes over towards Montana and Wyoming, that road, and it's like there's a tree or something in there?
Yep, south of 94, yep.
And the tree. I've been by the tree.
Well, don't forget the buffalo too.
Just making fun of the Dakotas there. I remember once driving from Dickinson, South Dakota to Minneapolis, and it was a straight line, and I saw it, red lights behind me, but it took like 2 hours for them to catch up to me.
Yep.
Flat land. So the next question, who is Paula? What does Paula do? So what is it that you do, Paula?
I'm a life coach, and I help people who are helping people to provide solutions to whatever is keeping them awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, that could be a health challenge, it could be a finance challenge, it could be a time challenge. And so I have different resources that I tap into to be able to help people with their challenges and provide them solutions.
Okay, overcoming blocks and barriers, and I know that a lot of times people that have these blocks, they can't get through them, and they need a little bit of like a bridge to get them to the other side, because you've got these below conscious level beliefs, and you need someone else to help you get through it. So I totally get that. My wife is a coach, and you know Monica, my wife.
I do. I have known Monica for quite some time now, and very, very appreciative of all her energy work and her shamanic work that she has helped me with over the years that I've known her.
So the other question then is the who, what, and the where do you do this? Do you have like an office, or do you do these things via phone, Skype?
All of the above. I do have a home office that I work out of Crystal, Minnesota, which is a suburb of Minneapolis area. And I also do phone coaching sessions, and I've yet to move into Skype sessions, things like that. So that is something on the agenda of things to get accomplished in the next 6 to 12 months or so.
Skype is very powerful. It's changing. I speak with a guy on Skype almost every other day over in the UK, and Skype is very powerful. So is this platform here, this Google platform.
Yep.
to be
Yep.
able to connect with
You said
multiple
that. I'm
people.
very appreciative to be able to have this experience. I have had experience with Google Hangout in the past, and it wasn't quite a very pleasant experience, but this one is so far much more pleasant.
Oh, it's all about bandwidth. You know, there's traffic
Yep.
out there just like there is on the freeway. You gotta
Yep.
just deal with what you're given. But the nice thing about it with this Google thing is you can invite other people. So for coaching, you could actually do group coaching.
Yep.
That situation. So
Yep.
that's the who, what, where, and when. When do you do these coaching sessions? Is this something that you do on call where they can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, like you said? And
Well, preferably not. Preferably not, but because for one thing, I don't keep my cell phone in, so I don't have landline phone anymore, so I don't keep my cell phone in the bedroom because that's part of creating that healing space and making the bedroom a very sacred space for allowing the energetic body and the emotional body, the physical body, and the mental body to do its healing. So I move all the electronics out of my bedroom, so if there is an emergency call, I'll pick it up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock, whenever I get to it then.
got it. But
So
you
they
do your
have to plan
sessions.
accordingly. Yeah.
So the time you do
So
your sessions and thing, it's something that you pre-schedule in advance, just like we did with this. And
yes, yeah. So most of my scheduling is done on Fridays and Saturdays, and sometimes on Sundays or specific hours during the day.
Okay, and then the next question is how? How do you do these sessions? Is this something that is there a process that you go through, like a introductory questioning to find out if you're even a match for the situation? Or
Absolutely. I offer a 30-minute free phone session to so that we can explore each other because I have some interesting ways of helping people that is not an energetic fit for everyone. Because that's what we are as spiritual beings. We have a specific energy, and so even though I may be this most absolutely fabulous coach, I may not be the coach for you. So go through this session of asking questions, allowing them to ask me questions. How does all this come together as a workable plan? And then I let them decide if I'm the coach for them.
that's definitely admirable because I'm a collaborative kind of person myself, and some people they're so desperate to be the coach or get that client. It's nice to hear that you kind of let the customer kind of decide.
Yeah.
So the last question. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm good.
Okay. The last question is the one that I like to ask, and it's like I've mentioned in the last interview. It's the same answer for almost everybody, but I ask, why is it that you chose this profession or this occupation or this mission or vision that you have? Why did you choose this over maybe being a barista at Starbucks, or why did you used to work construction, I believe?
I
Why
did,
did you choose this instead?
And interesting that I had a 30-year career in construction, and then I started bringing different resources into my healing process. And so literally on one morning I was on my way to one of the community colleges locally. It was a Saturday morning. It was October 29th of 2005. I remembered the morning very well. It was a beautiful fall morning. The sun was shining, the roads were dry, and I was on my way to a class to learn how to start my integrative therapy business. And then all of a sudden, the traffic ahead of me stopped. There was cars heading for the ditch all over the place. But I got stopped in time, but the guy behind me didn't. And so as a result of that accident, it really started shifting what I needed to do and the way I needed to think about what I needed to do. And so, because the accident resulted in a lot of injury in regards to my spine, and it compromised my immune system. And I was self-employed at the time in construction, and during the winter season, even though I wouldn't be out on the projects working, I was an instructor for the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and so I would train people on how to test asphalt, and so that they could be prepared to work for the next season. And so I spent the whole winter traveling, living in motel rooms and stuff, and training at all the different districts within Minnesota for the DOT. Didn't provide myself the time that I needed to heal the body, the physical body, to be able to go back into this strenuous work again in 2006. And then in the spring of 2006, just as my work season was starting, I got a call from my family saying that my sister had committed suicide. And so that really put me into a tailspin. A lot of emotional issues in regard to that, my sister's suicide, the family dynamics that resulted, and then having to put my construction work on hold until things got resolved with my sister. And then a month later, I go back to work, and I'm working in northwestern Iowa area, and woke up one morning in a motel room, and I had bug bites on my neck. And I didn't think anything of it at that time, but then about 4 weeks later, I woke up with what I thought was the summer flu. And then all that season through 2006, the energy levels were extremely low. I kept going through cycles of getting the summer flu, and just was not able to work to the capacity that I needed to for the type of work that I was doing. I was working on multi-million-dollar projects, and my contractors, the clients I was working with, they expected me to be able to make quick decisions, because my decision put in them making additional money on the project or losing a lot of money on the project. And so end of 2006, I finally, as a result of researching, I finally figured out what was wrong, made the decision. That was the end of 2006. I tried to do another season. Finally had to give up that career and sit back and take a look at what did I need to do. I needed to do some major healing. How was I going to do it? Because I myself had then moved into a very, very depressive state myself and was contemplating suicide. So it got to be a really, really dark time for me. And so I had to make some major decisions, and I turned it over to the higher power. And the higher power led me on a journey that has been quite interesting and has brought amazing people to me to help me with my healing, connected me with amazing resources to be able to accomplish the healing as well. So it's an ongoing journey, because we are inundated with so much stress all around us that we have no control over, such as the satellites that are orbiting the Earth, cell phones, the computers that we're speaking on right now, and the LCD TV or whatever we have. All those create chaos at the cellular level for us, and it can prevent us from healing the emotional, the spiritual body, the physical body, the mental body. So it's been a real interesting journey for me to get to where I am today and to enjoy life again, and really look for now being able to help other people to heal from what life challenges are keeping them stuck.
Well, that's quite a story. That's a similar situation with the car accident that my wife actually kind of got her into the healing and the health and wellness realm of things. So you basically were going downhill, and something as tragic as an accident shifted your thinking and put you on a path of progression, which is very interesting. That's how most of this stuff happens.
Yeah, and I find that a lot when I'm talking with the clients, and I start asking them questions. So there was a lot of signs for me prior to that actual accident bringing it to a head. There was a lot of signs available that I just wasn't paying attention to, or just on a unconscious level decided, no, I don't want to pay attention to it because this is what I want to do right now. So there's a lot of events and a lot of situations that put the platform in place for us to bottom out, and then hopefully, when we do bottom out, that, like the old saying says, when you're laying on your back, the only way out is to look up. So
that's true. You can't go down much farther down after that, right? I might want to connect you with my buddy Eddie Aguilar. He does speaking on depression, and you guys might have some collaborative something or other, because what his mission is to do is suicide prevention, where he teaches people I don't understand the whole thing, but it's about acidity and alkalinization with alkaline and all that stuff, so that person doesn't get all in the depressed state, and he does speaking at schools and things of that sort to get kids out of that depressed mode and into.
Well, yeah, and that you bring up that point, depression and any physical symptom is basically just a symptom of the body being out of harmony, and a lot of it has to do with the pH of the tissue of the body, whether it be in your arms, in your legs, be it in your brain, whatever. It just indicates that things are out of harmony with the vibrations of the universe. And so then taking specific actions to bring things back into harmony.
Absolutely. I'm an advocate of that. I mean, you can be in good physical shape, and if your mental shape isn't in line, you can have problems. Like, you know about my situation with my mini stroke I had, a little TIA, and
yeah.
I thought I was in good health. I was feeling good, and my mind I thought was good, but I wasn't eating all that well, and I wasn't really exercising, and the mental stress from the events business I had a little miniature stroke that was a shot over the bow, kind of letting you know that maybe that's not the way you should be living your life. So that's what I did, was shifted into more of a leisure lifestyle, and that's why I'm utilizing the internet to.
Well, absolutely. I mean, because when you look at you hear it many times of runners who go out there and run 3, 4, 5 miles a day, and they're looking very healthy on the outside, but on the next run they go out, they drop over dead. Why is that?
Exactly. It could be because they ran too much and burnt themselves out, or there just might be maybe they had too many quarter pounders or something. They shouldn't be eating that way.
Well, and it isn't just exercise, and it isn't just the way you eat. There's so many elements involved with health and wellness and well-being, and for that spiritual health and for that mental health, for the physical body and the emotional body, all being in harmony and all on the same page at the same time.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. At 57 years old now, I'm still learning a lot about that stuff that's under the level. Like a tree, it's all the roots that's bringing it all the information. It's the unseen stuff that's growing the fruit on the top. And yes. My mind is always thinking about results-based marketing and how many clicks something's getting or how many views something's getting. And it doesn't really think about the energy of that click.
Yes.
Because it's something I can't even grasp. I can't see it, understand it. But Monica deals with a lot of that kind of stuff, so I get to witness that kind of thing. But trying to cognitively understand it, you don't. You just don't understand it. It just happens.
Well, yeah, and it's just like with some of the resources that I work with, whether it be a good herbal supplement or a good essential oil supplement, or whether it just be an affirmation statement or the combination of the all three. It's basically bringing together the pieces of the puzzle that individual or you or I need to be able to put the whole picture together. And if we've got one piece of the puzzle missing, we've got an incomplete picture on an energetic level then.
Exactly, and that's what you kind of help people through and coach them through, asking them. You do some other stuff that's more on the I would say chemistry level, or I don't know how to put it, but didn't you do some stuff with blood work and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do for specific people. I don't promote it to just anybody because not everybody believes in what I do. So I do some work I use a viewing tool to take a look at the health of the internal terrain. And so depending on, as we go through that 30-minute coaching session, that free coaching session, as I can kind of feel out what their belief system are, I may introduce people to that aspect of what I do. Of course, they would have to live locally or be willing to travel to where I'm at. And then I may introduce them to that in a very gentle way. So it's not something that I promote on the internet or anything like that. It's a very specific tool that I take that I utilize.
Exactly, and my point being that there's stuff that you just don't understand that you need help to understand it. Like there's a guy locally here, he's got a thing, it's kind of like yoga for the eyes, and he improves eyesight, and he's actually got a practice that people come in and they exercise their eyes to increase their eyesight.
I actually read about something like that on Mercola.com.
Yeah, it's just fascinating, some of the things that you see out there in this whole wellness world.
Yeah.
That are available to us.
I've been wearing glasses since I was in the 3rd grade. I wonder if maybe, if I wanted to incorporate something like that into my health and wellness program, could I get rid of the glasses without having to go through LASIK surgery?
Well, Monica doesn't wear glasses anymore, and she attributes it to, of course, right thinking, and also there's an herb program that she was involved with, and she was taking these herbs and things, and her eyes got better, and she didn't have to wear glasses anymore.
Well, and I think a lot of her shamanic work that she does as well, that she can do on herself, helps to clear a lot of those energetic blocks. Because that's what a lot of us we deal with, a lot of energetic blocks, and if we don't connect with the right people, those blocks just don't want to go away on their own.
It is. That kind of stuff is still just fascinating to me because I don't, like I said, I'm a logical, in my head kind of person. I try and keep on pushing the stuff down to heart level, but it always comes back up into my head all the time, and just trying to comprehend.
I remember when I was in college, getting my construction management degree from North Dakota State, and taking one of my fluid mechanics classes, and I remember sitting in the class listening to the professor, and he made the statement. He says that once energy is created, it can never be destroyed. It can only be transformed. And I could not wrap my mind around that. And it wasn't until I entered into the world of energetics, in the spiritual aspect of it, that I was really able to start understanding, oh, okay, now I have an understanding of that. So like going back to the car accident, how that energy transformed from that vehicle hitting the back end of my truck, and it couldn't continue to go on through because there was nothing in front of me. I wasn't sandwiched between another vehicle, so that energy had to stop, and it transformed itself within me in a lot of physical pain, a lot of emotional pain, and a lot of mental pain, a lot of spiritual pain.
Wow. That's some deep stuff. I'm going to have to meditate and think about that.
And, a lot of times it takes a major accident. It's a wake-up call for people. Like Louise Hayes, and you look in her books, and You Can't Heal Your Life, and you look under the aspect of pain. That is God's way of getting your attention, and however you believe in God, in your higher power, that is your higher power's way of getting your attention, that you're just not on the right journey. You need to kind of maybe refocus your attention a little bit.
Yep. Well, it's almost been a half an hour, and I like to keep these things kind of short so that we don't take people's too much of their time, because they've got a life to live and go out and enjoy the sunshine or something. So what I do with this is you'll provide me with some links and things that I can connect into the YouTube channel, and then I propagate it out onto blogs and websites and other things, and we link and share and social mediaize it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to close this one off, and then you and I can continue to chat after I stop the broadcast. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and like I said, all the links are around so you can learn more about Paula. And Paula, I want to thank you for taking the time to share with us. And I'm going to shut off the broadcast, so thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you very much, Magic Brad. Love you.
Okay, bye-bye.